As always, I reserve the right to be wrong. But here are some thoughts. Mind, matter, spirit manifest in the body in different ways. One of the ways in which I have found them manifesting and useful for conceptualizing them is this idea of mind as being a logical, organized, rational, this or that, judging kind of a thinking. Many of us are very used to that kind of a thinking, and in the body there's this sense that it kind of is organized, its area of function for that concept is kind of here through the head. Then for spirit, that is more symbolism, analogies, stories, emotions, dreams, and that seems to be more centered inside of the chest. Quite frequently, we are experiencing both. I'm talking to you, but I'm also feeling emotions and responding to the symbolic meaning of the words and the sounds as well. So these aren't discrete things. They can be very diffuse and overlap, and ideally they would be interweaving with each other in a healthy way. Seems to me located a couple inches below the belly button and deep in the abdomen, kind of centered in there. If anyone is familiar with the three dantians, or at least a very common way of thinking of the three dantians in traditional Chinese medicine, Qigong kind of practices, you might be going, oh yeah, upper, middle, lower dantian. Yes, so for this lower area, matter, it's kind of thinking. If we have logic, thought, emotional, feeling, symbolism, this lower one is a little bit more foreign to most people, because while we get little glimpses of it up here, quite frequently it's filtered through our emotions, right? Where like our body's like, I need more food, and then we get hangry, and then it gets up in here and we're like, I must find food. Logically, then we go figure out where is that food, and we go and eat it and bring it in, and then matter thinking is like, oh good, we have what we need materially to help us. So you can though bring your conscious awareness to that filter a little bit below the belly button and deep in there. And to me it's like, how does an atom think? How does a molecule think? I don't know exactly, but if I put my awareness there, there is a sense of spaciousness and time and potential. It seems like those three types of thinking, ways of thinking, ideally would be working in tandem together. And an analogy I like to use is like three kids on bicycles, like teens, riding around in a pack like us feral kids back in the 80s and the early 90s used to do. And so we're riding around, right? We're a pack, we're one thing, but one might decide like, oh, I'm gonna veer off this way. And then the other two are like, shwee, we'll go with that. Or maybe another one's like, oh, I can't because here's a rock in the way. So, but then they come back together and they're working together, they're not bumping into each other, they're working with the world around them, but also their thoughts and everything, and their relationship together. So that's one analogy that I find can be helpful when conceptualizing that it's not, in the vast majority of situations, supposed to be just logic, just feeling, or just this material world needs, that it's a combination of the three in concert, and that is how ideal health blossoms, is when we work on those biases, conditioned blocks that have developed in us based on emotionally the intelligence that we have, that we've grown up with and developed, and then the logical facts that we've been given, how to view the world. And then materially, sometimes you have to address that as well. Maybe you don't have the right nutrition, and you don't have those right building blocks, and so it doesn't matter how much. You can't think your way out of starving. You can't emote your way out of starving. You have to take in that whole big picture. So that's just a brief glimpse into that conceptual framework, and hopefully that's helpful, as then in subsequent videos I'll be building on it or exploring it in completely different ways sometimes.